Get that butt there, nigga. Get that. You don't do that in a fight.
When you're watching anime, there's always that old man that's strongish, some crazy bitch that don't play about her man, and a main character without a father figure. These are known as tropes, and there are a lot of these in anime. Now, I can't tell you why, but I can tell you that a lot of them are weird. And they're probably the reason why people think you're weird for liking anime. Or at least one of the reasons anyway. But usually the main reason is because of a trope called fan service. This is basically in every single anime, and I'm definitely not complaining, but I do believe there's a time and place for everything. And the second my mom walks into my room is definitely not the time. I mean, fan service is just random sexual content that's supposed to catch your attention and keep you engaged, but the amount of times somebody walked in on me watching anime and seen some freaks is crazy. Out-of-pocket scenes in anime are so unpredictable that I just stopped watching anime around my family. I mean, I did try explaining it to them.
It's called hentai, and it's art.
Yeah, that didn't go well. I mean, you'd be surprised at how hard it is to explain that the main character's secret lover is actually his sister, and her getting attacked by tentacles was completely unnecessary and 100% not consensual. But if you can ignore all that, then it's not that bad, until you realize that all these girls are underage. Now, I don't know why we stopped drawing actual women in anime in favor of these childlike bug-eyed freaks, but it's probably the worst decision ever made. Actually, I lied. Lollies are characters that look like children, but they're technically over 18. Now, I don't care how old she is.
You what?
She could be older than the Queen of England for all I care. It doesn't change the fact that making a child way older than they actually are is weird. Some people like to say that the reason they do this is because anime is directed towards a younger audience, but the motherfucker that drew it is 36, so it's still weird. Now next, I want to talk about some character tropes, and one I really want to hate on is the pervert. This has to be the most played out character of all time. Their whole gimmick is being that one dude that don't know how to act when girls are around, but that just turns into the motherfucker tweaking out like Mr. Crocker for 80% of their screen time. Like, I'm legitimately having a hard time thinking of a character that doesn't pull this gag at least 10 times. Which is crazy because it's supposed to be comedic relief, but nobody's laughing, and the only relief I feel is when it's over. I mean, I can see how this might be funny the first time, but seeing it so many times, it just never is. The only thing that comes close to being as annoying as the pervert is the character that's always panicking. Now, I don't know what these are called, but these are the lamest characters ever created. Like, bro, nobody likes a character that freaks out over every single inconvenience, especially in fantasy shows where the characters crying literally have powers. Like, bro, I'm a regular dude and I wouldn't be as worried as you are right now. But maybe I'm just him though. But I'm not gonna lie, anime side characters got it rough. I mean, they can be some of the coolest characters in the show, but they're also the most disrespected characters in existence. And at this point, I swear the author just be setting these dudes up. Like, they'll either do nothing but drag out the show with some garbage fight nobody cares about, or they'll sit there watching the main fight like the rest of us. And seeing your favorite character warm the bench for the majority of the show hurts, but having your favorite character finally get a few minutes of screen time just so they can get bodied the most disrespectful way possible is a type of pain I wouldn't wish on anybody. But you know what's lamer than hoeing cool side characters? Hoeing the main character. And nothing makes the main character of an anime more of a loser than the creator legitimately making him a loser. Now, to be fair, this trope only exists to make the characters seem more relatable, which is also the reason why most MCs look lame as because they're trying to relate to motherfuckers like me. But nothing pisses me off more than a main character going from zero to hero, all because they were chosen. Chosen one stories can be done right, but in anime, this is how someone gets chosen. And then they get 7 girlfriends. Like, what? Now, there's 2 reasons why I don't like this. 1, I'm a hater. And 2, this motherfucker can't handle all that. I mean, every time a main character gets a harem, which is anime for a bunch of bad bitches, he either has erectile dysfunction or doesn't bag a single one of them, which has to be the most unrealistic thing I've ever seen in anime. Like, there's no way you end up in a situation like this and you can't seal the deal at least once, because I know a nigga like me gonna look like Nick Cannon in this bitch. But I swear, it's always the most generic looking NPC that gets blessed with the OP powers in the women. Like, that shit is lame. They always try to play it off too, like, oh no, he had to train and hard work for his strength. Like, motherfucker, the dude was literally anime Jesus. His stats can't get any higher. And then on the other side of the spectrum, there's the shows that just make the main character the worst character in the show. Like, I don't know why these are the only 2 options when it comes to creating a new anime protagonist, but we need a new MC trope immediately. But now it's time to talk about some tropes that are in almost every single anime and you don't even realize. Actually, you do probably realize because it's so blatant a blind man can see it. But let's talk about anime fights. One thing animes love to do is take their sweet time during intense moments. A character could have 5 seconds to stop goth girls from blowing up and the character will sit there thinking for like 3 minutes. Like, bro, do something. Another thing they like to do is call out the name of every attack. Now, this is iconic and I think we can all admit that we've done this at least once because it goes hard, but I hate it when characters will stop fighting just to explain their entire ability to the enemy. Like, not only is it stupid to tell someone all your tricks, but it's even stupider that after getting told what someone is about to do to you and everything they can do to you, you still get hit by it. Like, bro, are you stupid? Another thing anime characters do in their fights that just make no sense is being way too respectful. Now, me personally, if I see someone charging up or talking during a fight, I'm jumping their ass. But in anime, it's an unspoken rule that you don't hit someone mid-monologue or power up. Now, me personally, I'm not following no rules when my goth girls are at stake. Like, bro, I'm shooting him or something. It's also surprisingly rare for someone to get jumped in anime, which is kind of crazy because like I know 1v1s are usually more cinematic, but if other people can fight, why aren't they? Like, anytime I see characters watching the MC 1v1 the main villain, I begin to think that the main villain is a fraud and jumping him would be too easy, which is low-key embarrassing because how are you the main villain but can't handle anything beyond a 1v1? But I can get past that most of the time. What I can't ignore is the use of a technique called talk no jutsu. This is when the main character is too soft to stand on business and throw hands, so they just start yapping their ass off mid-fight, hoping to get the villain to just give up. Now, as stupid as it sounds to try and talk down a serial killer, I promise you it's even stupider that this shit works. Like, no way you just convince the villain to stop being evil. Like, bro, what kind of lame swipe or no swiping shit is that? What's even crazier is after getting convinced to not blow up the planet, the villain just becomes a good guy and everybody acts like it never happened. Like, what, bro? This dude's a terrorist. Anytime an anime ends like this, I'd be so ready to crash out and blow up the planet myself because there's no way we're acting like this didn't happen. Bullshit like this is spammed in every single anime, and the trope is called the power of friendship. This basically allows the writer to pull anything he needs out of his ass. A character could be at 0 HP, 0 SP, 0 everything, the motherfucker is dead. But once he gets that flashback of his friends, GG's bro, because he's coming back full stats, a new ability, and so much yelling, he's gonna turn you into a white screen. I mean, that dude gonna hit you so hard that we finna transition into your backstory. And best believe when that sorry shit is over, that punch, backhand, karate chop, whatever sorry shit he hit you with is gonna replay 3 different times like a Call of Duty kill cam. It's really funny too when characters get they shit clocked in and they try to keep their aura by acting like that shit didn't hurt. Like, bro, you not fooling anyone. Your face got stretched out like a used condom. Like, bro, he really made your neck do a 180. Gum fruit looking. I'll be honest, I'll always choose the power of friendship over shows literally saying f you and off-screening fights. Like, what the f is the point of showing us a fight and not showing it to us? Like, that's worse than anime censoring blood. Or like, come on bro, at least show us a little.